Failure, a word that can freeze even the strongest mind. It carries the weight of disappointment, rejection, and lost pride. But fear of failure is not just an emotion. It's a complex psychological pattern built deep inside the brain. This fear begins with one of the mind's oldest instincts, the need to avoid pain. To the brain, failure feels dangerous, not because it physically harms but because it threatens identity and self-worth. The same system that once protected humans from predators now reacts to embarrassment, judgment, or loss of status as if they were life-threatening. When failure becomes a possibility, the body reacts instantly. The heart races, breathing changes, and the brain's alarm center, the amygdala, floods the body with stress hormones. Logic fades, replaced by thoughts like, "What if I'm not good enough?" Or "What if everything falls apart?" This reaction is not weakness. It is the brain as survival instinct misfiring in a modern world where social rejection feels as sharp as physical pain. Over time, the fear of failure can shape behavior in subtle ways. Some avoid risks entirely, convincing themselves they don't want certain goals. Others chase perfection, believing that if every detail is flawless, failure can't reach them. Both paths are traps. Avoidance kills growth, and perfectionism kills peace. The mind begins to equate safety with stillness, but stillness quietly erodes confidence. The truth is, failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of it. Every attempt that doesn't work teaches the brain what to adjust next time. This process, known as neuroplasticity, is how the mind learns. Each failure strengthens the neural pathways that lead to better performance. But when fear stops action, the brain never gets the chance to rewire, and learning freezes. At its core, the fear of failure is often a fear of judgment. The mind imagines others watching, criticizing, or laughing. Yet in reality, most people are too focused on their own lives to notice. The judgment that hurts most usually comes from within. The inner critic, formed through past experiences or harsh expectations, whispers that failure equals worthlessness. Recognizing that voice and realizing it isn't truth is the first step toward freedom. Reframing failure changes everything. Instead of asking, "What if I fail?" ask, "What might I learn?" Or, "What might I become if I try?" Each attempt becomes information, not evidence of weakness. With this mindset, even setbacks gain purpose. The brain starts to associate challenge with curiosity instead of fear. Confidence doesn't come from never falling. It comes from rising after each fall. Every failure that once seemed final becomes proof of resilience. Fear loses power when the mind understands that failure is not the end of the story but the turning point. The most successful paths are rarely straight lines. They are full of detours, dead ends, and lessons. In the end, the fear of failure is not something to eliminate, but something to understand. It shows what truly matters, what is worth risking for. When fear no longer controls action, it transforms into energy, pushing the mind toward growth. Failure, seen through the right lens, is not a threat but a teacher, silent, powerful, and essential to every great achievement.